Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Anyway Moving Forward. It is not the most ideal hair that I'd want to do whenever I do my podcast, but I have 28 minutes to go to where I'm going, so why not just utilize this time to talk about and to yap, because I know it has been a while that I haven't been updating this podcast, and so I guess this is a comeback. Alrighty, so I've decided to talk about manifestation, because I've been getting a lot of questions about manifestation. How do you do it? And I guess in my life right now, I have been manifesting things so quick. Even my clients has been manifesting so many things quick, and it's just really easy when life and the things that I want just happen for me. I just really know, like, I most of the things that I say is just, of course, like, I know it's gonna happen, so I want to talk about that because maybe this is also a resource that I wanted when I was still starting out on this work, and super excited. Hopefully you can get something out from this. And before I continue, if you guys resonate with this podcast, please give me a 5-star. One of my dreams is to make it to the top charts in the podcast, and yeah, you're gonna make it happen for me. We're gonna make it happen together, and yeah, share this to your friend. So okay, so manifestation, in this journey, maybe one of the things that has been popping in my head is the quantum leaping. It's part of the manifestation. So quantum leaping is making things happen so quick, because you just make it quick. Like, the timeline is fast. And one of the things that I have realized, and not one of the things, but I have really realized that for things to happen for you, you have to align yourself in the direction that you want to go. So for example, you want something, you have to check in within yourself if you are aligned with that goal. Most of the time, the life that I have now, the life that I have been living right now, is something that I have manifested for years, and it's also because I have worked on the blocks, I have worked on the shadows, I have worked on whatever isn't aligning in my life, and really being honest if this is something that I want to do in my life. So most often, these blocks are those that I'm afraid of, or things that I have to do, I get to do, or I have to do that I haven't done yet, or opening of loops, meaning things that you should be doing but you haven't done yet, and you haven't closed that loop, or leaky energy. So if you want things to happen for you, first you have to know where you are going. You have to have a clear picture wherever it is that you're going, because unless you know where you are going, the resources that you have will just go to waste. And how would you know what to work on if you don't know where you're going? So that's the first thing. Second is to really clear the blocks that is stopping you from getting to where you're going. So really being honest with yourself, like, okay, Lib, where are we going? What do you want? And what is stopping you from going to that version of you, or to that other side? Because I believe that whatever visions we have, it actually builds a character for us to get there. It is the be do have concept, wherein you become the person first, you do the action, and then eventually you will have it. It's just that secret formula. So if I want to be in Vogue, like, let's just say, that was one of the craziest manifestation that I have done 3 times pa talaga. It was so random. I wrote it last year, and then it was really super random. I'm seriously telling you, it's super random. And then I just had a picture. I guess, no, it was like from an intuition. I was honest, and then just I want to be in Vogue, and it was super funny. So it was here in my phone, and then I constantly see it every day. Because I constantly see it every day, because it's my phone, it's my wallpaper, and the mind doesn't really know what is real and what is not real. So when it constantly see it, it constantly has the emotion of excitement and putting you already in the picture. And that's what, if you constantly see it, your mind will look for evidences to make it real. Unconsciously, you're actually following that path already. Along the journey of making things happen, you have to identify things that aren't aligning with you, like what's blocking you. So it can be there is a lack of, boundaries, you don't know how to speak up, fear, that things that you're scared of, that you just have this inkling that you should be doing and yet don't have the courage to do it. So that's part of the whole manifestation, mm, mm. So that's part of the manifestation of why you're doing what you want to do. Okay, sige, go, B. So that's part of the journey, that you have to know where it is that you want to go and what's the block in between, and still work through it. So the B there is being, showing up all the time, pitching myself in spaces, connecting to people, playing all in, and with the resources that I have. One strategy that I did was I continually show up on social media, and naging easy na siya. It wasn't coming from a space of forcing things to happen. I just had the vision. The mind was looking for evidences to make it real. I was very intentional, and then I was very careful with my energy, and I do check in with myself. So every time, parang I always have done it. Pero I guess the secret really then is, what I realize is, you have to be willing to show up. Like, you have to be willing to show up. You have to be willing to be seen in you. Kasi if my manifestation was Vogue and it was like super easy na, I was showing up every single day. I wasn't even expecting. And then at the same time, it was an easy work for me because I was working through my beliefs. I was working through my mindset. I was really being honest with myself. Like, is this person aligning? At saka madali kasi ako mag-process ng mga bagay-bagay. It's so easy for me to process through things. I know, it's just really, I guess, really easy for me. And I really surrender to what is. I don't force things to happen. And yeah, that's my recipe. It makes sense ba? Kasi drive ako and I haven't been podcasting for a while. But again, you have to know where you are going. You have to, you have to know where you're going. You have to identify what's blocking you from getting towards to the other side. And you go do the thing that blocks you. And most often, it's the fear in between that we created for ourselves. I believe that fear is just an illusion that has been created, and it stops you from getting to the other side. Fear has taken away so many potentials from people because its existence has stopped people from making things happen for their life. One of the things that I have learned in this journey of opening up myself, sharing my wisdom to everybody, creating spaces for everybody to heal, is it's just really the fear. And most often, the common fears that I have encountered are the fear of rejection, the fear of being judged, and even the fear of being seen, the fear of failure, and maybe there are also others who has the fear of greatness, the fear of being seen. And I get it. But then again, if you keep on living in the fear that you get to have a choice of whether you'd still choose to continue believing in it or not believe in it, you'll constantly be living in the level of audacity that you have in your life. If your level of audacity is, no matter what, I'm gonna make it happen, even if it's scary, as long as you don't die. Alam mo, parang yun na lang mantra ko. Parang, go do it. Go do the things that you're scared of, as long as you don't die. It has to be a responsible, activity for you to do. So, yeah, I have learned along the way really that the thing that stops people from getting to the other side is the fear. And ito pa, one of the things that I have learned as well is that people are so dependent to other people. Like, they'd wait, they keep on waiting for other people to make it happen for them, or it just doesn't happen until somebody is there to help them. What I've learned in my journey is that you just gotta do the damn thing. Like, you stop waiting for anybody to save you, or stop, because really, that's true. No one's really coming. And I believe that we should really grasp that concept that if it's already there, the idea is already there. It's definitely been given to you. Why would it be given to you if it wasn't for you? I always believe that if 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 it was really for me, then it would come in a way that is smooth. It will just be easy, parang ganun, an easy flow siya. If I learn how to work on the blocks. And the most often nga, the blocks are just stemming from fear. Fear that people created, or a fear that has been passed on to you, naniwala ka, you know? So, in my journey, I have learned, I still have fear, shadows of fear, but, and I've learned how to deal with all these shadows already by doing it, till I get so immune with it, because I just really have this self-belief that it's gonna happen no matter what. And I guess most people are so impatient to make things happen. You know, the only thing that separates you from where you are right now to where you are going is the time in between. Like, it is impossible, lalo na if it's an aligned action, to not get to where you're wanting to go if, di ba, hindi ka naging consistent. I mean, I have been very consistent in my game. I have been showing up every single damn day, because even if the results aren't coming in yet, there is a compilation of results that I have created for myself and proving to myself na, uy, kaya ko yun. Like, I can do it. Because really, if you don't believe in yourself, like, even if somebody tells you the best things for you to believe in yourself, but you don't believe in yourself, it still won't, you won't be able to absorb that because you yourself don't believe in it. So, and then at the same time, you also have to, you have to be very, very careful on who you're listening to. Like, you get to protect this being, because I just know that all we are is made up of pieces that we consume. You have to be careful on what you're listening to. Make sure that the people that you're listening to, the lives that they have, is something that you have for yourself. Okay? I have been on a journey of exploration ever since I moved here in Manila. And I know, like, I personally know that I am a sponge. Like, I absorb things. Lalo na before. Ngayon medyo okay na. Like, I know how to create my boundaries. But before, my God, like, I easily, like, absorb everything because I just really am a curious person. But now, like, I know when, like, if this doesn't align with me, I reject the idea. And I'm really careful with what I believe in. Like, what I allow in my space, what I hear, what I see, what I touch, what I smell. Because it shapes, and if I say yes to it, it becomes part of my reality. It becomes a belief, and beliefs create emotion. And when emotions are already involved, your mind will look for evidences to make this real, because again, emotion are energy in motion. Like, if the energy is constantly moving and then you put energy towards a belief, without a doubt, like, evidence, my life has been, this is coming from evidence of my life and my student stack, it's gonna come to life. So you have to be careful on what you're listening to. On my journey, if I don't like my environment, I know it in my body, because I feel like, parang, my God, this is a yucky energy, it's heavy, I'm not feeling great, I lie down on my bed, like I know that there is something wrong. Lalo na, oh, the cycles, like I work with my cycles. But then most often, I just know like there's an ick, like yuck, like it's so yucky. And you guys know that when it's a yucky energy, I just really be honest with myself. And then I start detaching myself from that environment. I start muting them, unfollowing them. Like that's how I do it. And then I go and listen to the people that I admire the most so that I can have a grasp of their mind, and I consume it every day in the podcast, even when I'm work, like I just make it like as a background, something like a background, so I can have an inspiration for myself. Like when I say like you are made up of pieces that you consume, like that was from one of my runs with Rick Rubin. I was listening to Rick Rubin and I was just like, whoa, yeah, that's true. And I just really, grasped that knowledge and shared it with everybody. The more that you share your knowledge to everybody, the more that it becomes ingrained in you. And I highly suggest that you start sharing the knowledge that you have. And don't be afraid to share the knowledge. Like, for me, like, sabi ng mga tao sa akin, like, people told me na, Lib, don't share everything. And I was like, what? Like, you know what? Like, for me, it's just really so scarce if you if you just hide everything. Because for me, my source isn't coming from a person. My source of knowledge has come from the source, the universe, and life experiences. I'm really just so good at experiencing life and transmuting the experience into a lesson. Like, I guess like that is a gift, a skill that I can't just share to anyone. Like, yan ang hindi ko ma-share, my being. I have been so generous of my resources. I've been so generous of my wisdom. You guys know I have a podcast, I have my online thing, and my letters and newsletters and blogs. I have been so generous of everything, and never was I scared to share that because I know that I have so much more coming from the source. Like, all my ideas are there. It's out there. And so I'm not scared to share what I know because I just keep evolving every time. And in my journey, there were people who betrayed me and, got my knowledge and all that. But then I never felt like it's so limiting. What I know is so limiting because I have been transmuting wisdom from experiences, from realizations, like random realization. It is just given to me. So, yun sabi ko, like, if you know something, you start sharing it because the more that you share it, the more that you hear yourself through your hearing, the more that it becomes ingrained to me. And that's why I love, I feel like I'm gonna die if I don't do my podcast or if I don't teach, because I guess like I know that it's just really my being. It's what makes me alive. And oftentimes I do all the retreats that I do, people would really ask me, Lib, like, what? Like, I know that you've been supporting people in their journey, people releasing to you and all of that. How do you let it go? Well, for me, I see it as a toy. I see it as it's like a Lego piece for me that I take I get the information, I make it like a Rubik's Cube, I turn the perspective and I give it back to you. It's what is keeping me alive. It's the energy exchange. So I don't get drained when I handle a lot of people, especially in my retreats and in my programs and workshops. I love it. Like, crazy ako, but I'm really crazy, but I really love it. Like, it's a thing that if you ask me what's one thing that you can do for the rest of my life, this. Like, I like yapping a lot. I like getting, like, if you have a challenge, I like taking it, turning it into something that can be beneficial for you. So yeah, that has been the journey that I have been taking, and I hope that it's manifestation is just really in alignment with your being. And the more honest that you are, the more that things happen for you. And you're not even forcing it. It just arrives. Like, oh wow, dito na siya. kasi you're enjoying the process of getting there. You're enjoying, the being, the person you are becoming towards there. And then eventually it just arrives. So I don't feel frustrated when things are not happening yet for me, because I just have a knowing that it's gonna happen anyway. As long as it's still in my consciousness, the hack talaga is I put it in my vision board, and then I constantly see it. So whenever I feel like a bit of shaky in my journey, and I don't do it now, but before, I'd ask myself, is this adventure, like this journey, part of the journey that I'm taking? Is this path part of, where I am going? Parang ganun siya. So, because of that, it has really allowed me to manifesting so quick. And yeah, yung mga bagay na shinare ko sa inyo, like things that I've shared earlier, it's just, yeah, it's how it is, And dami pa, like I can do this all day, but I'm about to arrive to the location. But I do hope that you've learned something from this conversation. Manifestation is really living in alignment. It's just a bonus, but the fun part is, capturing the being, capturing the behavior, capturing this character that you can embody and you continually embody. And so, yeah, I guess that is it for this podcast. I know there were a lot of toss and turn, given that I haven't been talking for a while. But I do really hope that you've learned something. And if you've learned something, please share it to me on Instagram or via email, hello@libni.co. Share. I'd really love to hear your insights. A lot of questions there. I hope that I can do this regularly. But at the same time, life update, I'm also growing. Personally, I have been jumping into the role of entrepreneurship, which has been a very spiritual game for me. I know. And then I really evolved over the years. And if you guys have been listening to my first episode, I'm a completely different person now. And I guess that's the beauty of being alive, that you experience and witness yourself as you grow in this lifetime. It's really an honor and a privilege for me to be given this life. Sana the universe would give me more years to live. But, I just know that I treat every day as if I am living like my last time on this earth. I'm very intentional, and yeah, when I give genuinely. And then natutunan ko na I'll never be sorry for that version of me that you met, because I knew that when I'm with you, I'm genuine and I'm real. And if you betray me, or if you've done something to me that is going against my being, or talk about me on my journey of vulnerability and honesty, it's not on me anymore. Like, it's on you. So it speaks more about you, because you can't really give what you don't have. So yeah, I guess that is it. I am 2 minutes away, and I hope you do enjoy this podcast. Again, if you've learned anything from this episode, I'd really love to hear your thoughts. Any questions, message me on Instagram, LibniFortuna, and please give me 5 stars for this episode. Feel free to share it to your friends, and I hope I can also meet you in my events, in my retreats, in my mentorship, and also take this opportunity to invite you to, if you feel the pull to do a 3-month journey with me. Yeah, oh my God, my students are winning, and I want you to win too. And if it feels scary, and then you go and jump. So I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and me and my slick hair is gonna do a high rocks training today. Love y'all!